Here's the starting lineup for the 31st annual Daytona 500. Starting on the pole for the second straight year is Ken Schrader, and alongside is Darrell Waltrip. How bad does he want to win this race?
I've been asked that 1,000,000 times this week and 1,000,000 times last year. That's 2,000,000 times, and I never have had a good answer for it. You know, just like I know, this is a very important race, and if you're a race car driver, you want to win all the important races and let the others fall where they may.
In row 2, it's Morgan Shepherd and Junior Johnson's Ford with Terry Labonte aboard. Row 3 is Mark Martin out of Arkansas and Sterling Marlin. Row 4 is Phil Parsons and Dale Earnhardt seeking his first win in this race. Row 5 is Alan Kowicki and Jeff Bodine. In row 6, it's Rick Mast, a rookie, making his first appearance in the 500.
Well, I'm trying to keep my emotions down. I spent a lot of energy in the 125 qualifying race Thursday that I shouldn't have. I normally don't, and it's been years since I've spent that much energy. As far as nerves go, I need to settle myself down just a little bit. I've been at this game long enough where the emotions shouldn't rule what I do or dictate what I do. Whenever emotions dictate what you do, you get in trouble. I think I'll be all right Sunday.
Two-time Daytona winner Bill Elliott starts on the inside of row 7 along with Larry Pearson. In row 8, it's Ken Bouchard out of Massachusetts and Davey Allison in number 28. Row 9 is Joe Ruttman and Brett Bodine. In row 10, Dave Marcus and Dale Jarrett. Row 11 will be ARCA star Lee Raymond and Mike Alexander. In row 12, it's Mike Waltrip and the 72 winner A.J. Foyt. Row 13 is Charlie Baker, another rookie, and Bobby Hillen. Row 14, Ronnie Sanders and rookie Chad Little. Row 15 has J.D. McDuffie on the inside. He badly burned his hands in the 125-mile qualifiers just 1 year ago. Today, he's back in the field. Row 16 is Phil Barkdahl from Arizona and rookie Ben Hess. Row 17 is Ernie Irvan and the 7-time winner Richard Petty. 1 year back in the Daytona 500. Richard Petty out of turn 4. A week later, Richard Petty drove at Richmond, Virginia. Row 18, Rusty Wallace, Ricky Rudd. Both carry CBS onboard cameras. Row 19 is Greg Sachs and Alabama's Neil Bonnet. Row 20, Lake Speed and Rick Wilson. They triggered a 14-car crash in a 125-mile qualifier and continued their battle off the track.
Oh, again. I don't doubt that, but I was turned this way when
that's when I went to the flat spot, and you come again. I didn't have no place else to go.
Look at the film. Look at the film, and you'll see.
Row 21, it's Eddie Bierswale to be replaced by Kyle Petty after the race gets underway, and Mickey Gibbs, a rookie, rounds out the field. You are riding with Bill Elliott, driving one-handed. He qualified, made a run at 195 miles an hour, one-handed, broken wrist. Here's his crew putting up his signboard as he comes down by to complete the first of the preliminary laps, of which there are 2. Meanwhile, further back in the field, Rusty Wallace starts 35th. He, too, carries an onboard CBS camera today. Rusty, what's your emotional level right now as you settle down to run for $1,700,000? Rusty Wallace, Ken Squire, do you read us?
Somebody got their mic, Kate.
Hello, Rusty. Ken Squire here in the CBS booth. Do you read us?
Hear me, Barry? All right, very good.
Rusty Wallace talking to his crew, starting back in the 35th position. Ricky Rudd is also carrying a camera back in 36. They destroyed their cars in that 125-mile race and had to start new equipment. They brought off the haulers, so they're in the back of the field. We'll listen to the start. Listen to this great facility come to life in just a moment. The weather, it is extremely cool. Winds are at 20 miles per hour right now. We've had 10 glorious days, but it turned cold yesterday. Frontal system moved through. It is a gray day, just about perfect for racing. And now, what all of these people come to Daytona Beach for is about to happen as the field approaches turn 3. The start of the 31st Daytona 500. CBS Sports drops the green flag and the field is away. Chevrolet's up in front, nose to nose. Schrader on the inside. Teammates, first time that has ever happened. From the Hendrick Racing Stables of Charlotte, North Carolina. Still even into the back straightaway. Bill Elliott from 13th place. Up behind Jeff Bodine. He's picked off a couple of cars already. Harry Gant and Rick Mans. Coming around to complete lap number 1 of the Daytona 500. Out in front, breaks Waltrip. It's Waltrip on the point, coming by at 195 miles an hour. In second, it's Schrader. And going to third is the Ford of Terry Labonte. A great start, Chris.
That was one of the finest starts I have ever seen, Ken. They hit the line absolutely perfectly. It's the beginning of a beautiful day. 200 laps here on this track, and right now Darrell Waltrip is where he wants to be, out of the group.
Bumper cam on Rusty Wallace's car, giving you this low-level view as Richard Petty scoots along up against the wall and clambers through. There you see the 67 car making its move. Mickey Gibbs, one of the rookies in the race.
Driving a car that was entered by Jimmy Means. Jimmy did not make it in the car number 52. Has a new sponsor on the car this year, so he put a new number on it. So the car is in the field, but not Jimmy Means.
2 laps down. Waltrip out in front. Schrader maintaining that second spot. And Terry Labonte, who won a 125-mile qualifying race on Thursday, goes into that third position. Remember that Terry Labonte ran the distance without a fuel stop. Waltrip did it a year ago. Did not make it off this year. Here's trouble on car number 21, Neil Bonnet, the Wood Brothers car. In trouble down in turns 1 and 2. Neil Bonnet still trying to win this race for the first time and in serious trouble, clambering out.
And the car is on fire, Ken. Apparently, Neil is out of the car, but he dropped to the ground. But no caution coming out at this point. But Neil Bonnet's car is off of the racing surface, but you can see there is fire coming from under the hood. Apparently an oil line or a fuel line perhaps broken.
He was in a hurry to get out of that car, and his broken bones have only recently healed.
Could be that the engine let go in his car. Of course, he's away from the racing surface. Now he wants to go back to his race car. And the caution will be coming out now. They put the caution lights on around the racetrack, and the caution is flying at the start-finish line.
I believe we can show you what happened here. Dale Earnhardt has fallen from 8th to 17th in those first 2 laps.
This is the break for Bill Elliott. This is the caution. He wants to come in and get out of his car and be replaced by Jody Ridley.
Of course, he won't do that until they race back to the start-finish line. The cars get slowed down the next time around.
Waltrip first, Schrader second. Terry Labonte third, Sterling Marlin up to 4th. And maintaining 5th is Phil Parsons. Caution is out, first time in the race. Neil Bonnet, who had such high hopes for today. Back with the Wood Brothers.
Well, let's see. We can see Neil Bonnet down on the inside of the racetrack, and you can see flames coming from underneath the car on the left front as he pulls it off of the racing surface down onto the grassed area between turns 1 and 2. So he had control of the car. Evidently, I'm going to predict that the engine let go in the car. Tough break. You can see the Wood Brothers, who own this car, in the pit area. They perhaps don't know what has gone wrong because Neil pulled his helmet off, which of course would have the 2-way radio in it.
The Wood Brothers, who've won this race on 4 occasions, don't get a chance in 1989. More from Daytona in a moment.